interesting with the new surface down there. That it's that much faster. The ratios tend to have played a part with being in the limiter a lot more, especially in the V8 cars. It's, you know, you're nearly having to grab an extra gear at the end of the straight for them.
What a return to the series this would be for McLeod to win what was essentially a demolition derby with a lap counter. Cedars also trying to go with this lead pack now. He's really lowered his eyes, turned the fastest lap of the race, a 1:36.2. Whoa, man, that's late braking. Back her on in there.
He's managed to make the corner.
Woods goes with him. Both relegated. I'm in Charter back a spot. The cream always rises. Doesn't matter if it's a frantic race or one with safety cars, one without any contact. But these guys have managed to somehow get their way to the front. Even Walton and Barbera, who started at the very back.
Can't get much further back than full back.
Yep, from the very last row.
The gap is closing here for the lead, though. Walton's managed to pull the second in the last 2 laps, so I think that's going to play a part late in the race here.
Two teammates, Hansford pouring the pressure on Barbera. Just be hoping to be able to finish the race here after what happened to him in that first one, and that is fairly up and down. Hansford losing 1.2 seconds somehow on lap 4 to him. Further back, this battle's still going on.
Spalding and Armin. There, they've managed to pass each other a few times this race.
And they get through turn 12 with that battle still raging for 10th position, fighting inside the top 10. This time it's not going to work though. Charter is gone in the Oakland's built ute. He was hanging on to it. That goes to show you just how hard they were trying.
He's nearly able to save it, but just got away from him there on the end.
He gasses it back up and gets out of there.
Got a bit of a battle here. I think we've got Craig Dontis here, and Cedars just closely behind him. Cedars has managed to pull a bit of a gap on Barbera throughout the race as well, so might be able to move forward.
They are teammates, those two. Let's just break down this battle between Spalding and Charter once again.
So it started at turn 9 there, into the side of him a little bit.
Here it is once again, backing it in down there at 11, losing the rear, gone.
Still losing the rear.
Some say Charter is still losing that rear today. The battle for third now. Word out of race control is that Chris the Killer Walton is going to get a drive-through penalty for turning around Danny Bazadzik in turn 5. We saw it.
Yeah, well, that definitely shakes things up for him. He's had a bit of an unfortunate run here, but that's the way it is sometimes when you make some contact.
He's cruising around in second. If he comes in and gets it done this lap, he'll fall back to about 14th. Here he is now. He's going to get the black flag. As he come in now, he does. Good move. So he'll be hoping that a safety car comes out and manages to close the field back up for him. But he's going to be a fairly fired-up Queenslander right now, I'd say.
Hopefully he managed to stay under the pit speed limit. Otherwise, he'll be taking another trip back. So
he got a 28-second penalty in the first race, and now he's been given another drive-through in this race.
Not a great day for him, unfortunately.
No, and he'll be saying, "Are you kidding me? Everyone else was into it.
Yeah.
Why am I the one getting pinged?"
I think all he needs to see is the replay of a fair bit of action going on.
Yes. There might be more penalties handed out later. We'll leave that one in the hands of the officials as he exits the pits and goes all the way back down to 14th like we thought he would. Just in there with Armin Charter. He should hang on to 13th, but this battle between the teammates is now for second.
He'll be looking to get past him any way he can. It can be quite a difficult track to pass on when the times are so tight.
He's got the speed, hasn't he? All over the back of him. So too goes for these two teammates.
Hanford's been on the rear of Barbera for the whole race, really, so he'd be trying to plan a pass and see where he can get by.
Great to have second-generation names like Hansford and McLeod and yourself making their way through in the motorsport scene. Out of all the support categories, when you combine all the famous Bathurst-winning families, there's a combined 22 Bathurst victories between the support racing families this weekend. You've got Richards, Seaton, Johnson, Leanne Tander's racing this weekend. We've got Kim Jane out there as well. Of course, his uncle, a 4-time winner of the great race. Hansford McLeod, like we mentioned. Very cool to see as well.
Some big names in Australian motorsport.
It's a bit of a celebration this weekend of all things Australian legends. Some huge names in the facility this weekend. One of the coolest tracks we go to, have been running the supercars here since 1985. Jim Richards took pole and a win that day. Still racing here today, albeit in the Touring Car Masters.
I think McLeod's fairly comfortable out the front there. I think he's feels like he's on a bit of a Sunday drive. Unfortunately, the guys behind him can't say much about that.
No, everyone else has had to work a little bit. Oh, Donda's running a little bit wide in 5 here. Very hard to keep the apex through the middle of that corner. Cedars gets sideways, trying to get to the inside. Oh, be careful.
Going to get tight there.
It's been a good week for teammates hitting each other. And they're going to sort it out down by the gum tree. Does Dontas make this easy or does he make it hard? Because his teammate who he's fighting here is leading the championship.
I think he's never going to make it easy for him, but I think he may cut him some slack through to the teammate status.
Yes, there's a lot at the line here. He's going to probably just about even things out to where they were earlier today here, David Cedars, because Pretty beat him in the first race by a few spots. He's going to get one back here, but he'll only get half points for this race because it's reverse grid.
Cedars is definitely trying to find a way past, just can't quite manage it, can't get the run that he needs to get down the inside. But he's definitely putting a lot of pressure on Dontas.
Great shot of the extension given to this venue over a decade ago now. So they go through the old part of the racetrack. This used to be the front straight right now. Hence the flag stand. Down into what is now turn 3, used to be turn 1. Great crowd building all weekend long in this part. Enjoying the utes, a couple of big screens around there to follow the action on as well. There's nothing like live motorsport. There's no show in Australia like the Virgin Australia Supercars. There's Nathan Pretty trying to fight his way back through the field. Might be able to scramble to potentially 8th here. Oh, the Monster Girls are in the house as well. They'll be up at the Castrol Edge Townsville 400.
Bit of a selfie.
Bit of a selfie. That'll be up on Instagram later.
Yep, for sure.
Hashtag VASC. Just a little change to the hashtag lately. We're stoked that Virgin Australia has come on as our naming rights. Closing laps of the utes. McLeod still hanging on. 2.5 seconds the gap back to this pack. And this is actually building here. Jeremy Gray's done a really good job to catch the lot of them, and Dontas, trying to fight off his teammate, is actually backing the pack up. This could be a 5-ute battle for second unless Cedars can get through.
Might see some more contact by the end of the race. Hopefully they can keep it a bit clean, and it definitely looks like Dontas is sliding around there a bit. I think he might have used the best of his tyres for this, and he's going to have to play defensive soon.
Down at turn 1. Mango Credit Ute has a look.
He's making himself seen in Dontas' mirrors, that's for sure.
Pouring on the pressure. 2.5 to go, roughly. Down towards turn 3. McLeod.
Looks like Dontas is struggling a little bit with braking. He seems to be locking some brakes quite often. Just little bits.
This is all good news for Jared McLeod. He'll be watching this in his mirrors saying, that's it, guys.
Keep
Get into it, yeah. As you were. Oh, big slide, Donners. He hooked the curb at 6. Same goes for car 6.
Oh, Hansford.
The other teammate battle.
Into the back of Barbera there.
Barbera, first of the Peters Motorsport teammates here in this race. Would have been first in race 1 as well had he not had that issue. Through the top part of the circuit again.
He has done well to move that far forward, though, coming back from the very rear of the grid.
Yeah,
so,
big 17.
Yeah, he's definitely made some good moves throughout the race, and he's had a lot of pressure come from Hansford. So it's good to see that he's kept a level head and just kept his eyes forward.
Yeah, those power steering issues that caught out a few drivers in that first race. I wonder if it's something that we'll see in the supercars across the weekend. We haven't heard much about that in practice, but give it a 40 or a 60-odd lap race, it's going to be a lot of stress on power steering components.
Yeah, definitely a lot of stress throughout the cars and even the drivers. It's not easy around here.
It's a busy track. This joint is really just 600 metres longer than Symmons Plains, but it's got twice the corners. There's Scott Pye choking on dust down there next to the fence. Looking at a picture of health, watching the Utes have at it. Probably looking at his starting position. We're on the last lap now because we're going to get this shortened by a lap by the looks of things. We keep to a time schedule here. 1 to go. I'm
sure his pit crew have been on the radio to let him know there's only 1 lap and might see some late manoeuvres here.
Jared McLeod is the reverse grid master. Picked up a couple of reverse grid races last year. Won 3 races in total last year. He's on for his 4th right now.
Yeah, it looks like he can hold it off to the end here with a 3-second gap. Back to Dontis in 2nd and Mercedes right behind him. Still might be some spots here for the last step of the podium.
Oh, Barbera overcooks it. And Jeremy Gray might be able to get both of them here. Trying to follow his Cedars Racing teammates up the road.
Down into turn 10.
It's not going to be easy to go the long way here. And he'll have to fall back in behind the multi-spares Ute, but the constant pressure from Hansford was enough. Gray doesn't know where to go.
He's on the block here, down on the inside into turn 11. Not making it easy for him, that's for sure.
They're all on the defensive, but it's about this guy right now. Spent a lot of time rebuilding this Ute, getting it ready. There was rumours he was going to put his Bathurst-winning father in the car for the weekend, but he decided to drive it himself, and he drives into victory. Jared McLeod back in the Utes in a big way. The ABC towing car is killing it with Ryco 24/7 and Ram Locksmiths on board for a victory here in race number 2. Don just did a really good job to hang on to 2nd.
Yeah, really good job. He had a lot of pressure from behind him from Cedars and managed to keep it off for 2nd place.
And that means that Cedars should extend that championship lead out a little bit. It also means for Cedars finishing 3rd means the only driver to have finished top 5 in all 11 races so far this year. That's how you put a championship charge together. Gray just getting home in front of Barbera. Kim Jane off the back as well, doing a really good job.
It definitely plays a part in consistency throughout the year. You know, you can't have these odd DNFs coming here and there, so it can really play a part.
It's pretty much put Walton not out of championship contention, but it's definitely thrown him back.